Welcome back, folks, and a yo-ho to you all, me hearties! For when last we left off, the Guildmaster here had come across a kind of ice block, so to speak. Yar! Did you just use a pun? Under page 78, Article 5 of the Pirate Code, pirates are allowed to use puns when nautically appropriate, and since ice can be encountered on the sea, it is considered nautically appropriate. You really do know that book pretty much off the top of your head, don't you? Ah, that I do. I memorized it all. Every page, every contour, every crease, every single page that's been ripped out. Wait, pages that have been ripped out? Yar, my copy is not exactly complete. Is your copy even the Pirate Code? Oh, it is. It definitely says it on there. Just, give it a read. That doesn't... I scribbled it out, and it says the Pirate Code. It totally counts. I'm not sure that it totally counts. Now, mention about the fact that it says there that you need a new mime. Ah, yes, unfortunately, the last attempt at me trying to defeat the Formidable Snowman didn't actually record, so I then cycled through back to get the Bruiser, and unfortunately the mime had to perish to do so, because now with the previous changes, which meant that you don't get a Dungeoneer back as soon as they've died, I had to wait a little while for the Bruiser to return. And so I've renamed the Dungeoneer that we have here exactly the same name as the one we had before, and so now Valendra is going to go off and face against the opponents here that are guarding the Formidable Snowman. It has been a few attempts to deal with the Formidable Snowman, but I think I'm onto something here with the Bruiser. The Bruiser has the ability to deal damage back using the Spiky trait, and it's that Spiky trait that we're going to be taking advantage of. Is this a positive fountain? It is not. We're going to go this way. We are not going to face that at all. I'd rather not have a disadvantage right out of the gate. Alright, let's deal some damage back. What we need to do right now is use the first two fights that we have just to deal a significant amount of damage. We only need to deal 1 point, but then again, so does the enemy. And in fact, we're already dead, so looks like we're not going to be using Valendra this time around. Alas.
A scream is heard to chill the bones, so lift the earth and lay the stones, a martyr's grave to recompense. But others would have had more sense.
Indeed. We unfortunately have lost our Bruiser right out of the gate. So we're going to try the Ice Cream Monk again. Eventually, we're going to be able to defeat this opponent. And we're going to be able to defeat this opponent by using all of the protective cards that we're going to get. We need to get a lot of defensive cards. A lot of defensive cards. But for now, we're going to build our way towards this respectable snowman. We need all of the cards that will give us a chance of blocking all of that damage. And while I don't have the Spiky trait to work with, eventually, by a process of effectively throwing chumps at this encounter, we will eventually be able to succeed. If only because eventually we're going to get enough money to get a better caliber of adventurer. Also, we're about to really run out of cards here. We have one card, but we only need to deal 1 point of damage. And now we have an extra card. Do we want it? Of course we do, because we only had one card otherwise. Alright, I think it's time to win here. Excellent. Victory! What do we have here as our options? That's terrible. That's worse. And that's not really good. We're gonna take the Scarf, if only so that it doesn't get rid of our Way of the Scoop power. This is really off to a not that fantastic start, but we do have access to one of these runes, and we could put an Abominable Snowman here just so that we can get an item that's hopefully going to be a little bit better than what we currently got there. Alright, what do we want? We want to deal a large amount of damage, and that is indeed a large amount of damage. There is a part of me that wonders if I really should be getting items for either hand with a Ice Cream Monk, but if I don't, we're not really going to have the equipment we need to defeat the Formidable Snowman. It's been a while since I've had one of these bosses that has caused so much difficulty. But hey, we'll get there eventually. At some point, we were just unlucky when we had the chump, so I imagine eventually we will succeed. And if that's a taste of what's to come in the future, who knows what will happen next. Okay, that's some armor stats, that's not bad. We do lose our Way of the Scoop power, but we need some armor cards. And we need that rune. Alright. Let's see if this fountain's going to be any good. So far the fountains have been... Ooh! That's pretty nice. Let's try an objectionable snowman here. Alright. Have at thee! I have a chair and a scarf. I am terrifying. You might as well just use this card here. So we know that that card there is a defensive one, so we don't actually want to use a defensive card right now. There we go. Next, we want to use the Frozen Yoga. There we go. Healing up quite nicely. And Bash will certainly help. If this was a bruiser right now, we'd have dealt an extra point of damage, and that would have been nice, but we'll just use Repel for now. The problem is that as good as the cards are that we were using against the Formidable Snowman with the chump, they weren't dealing a lot of damage back, which is kind of bad. We need to find a way to deal damage and absorb damage as well. Alright, what have we got? We need to stop 2 points of damage. That's really not good. We could block that. Which card do we want to get rid of? I think that one. Okay, we still don't have the damage we... Alright, we do actually have the damage we need. I was about to say, we don't have the damage. Wait, it's right there. Never mind. Alright, what do we have here? That is Armor and Growth. That is Crush and Fire. And that is just Fire. Well, we'll take some armor cards over no armor cards. And we'll go up here and deal with this enemy next. We haven't got enough of the favor cards though yet, so we're going to avoid building a path to the Formidable Snowman. That card there was horrendous, the Fear and Loathing cards. I hope we don't see them again. There's no reason not to deal the 2 Scoops card here. It's quite a good card actually, a nice mixture. If you think about it, it deals a lot of damage dependent on a situation. If some characters have the frail trait and you have no weapons or a shield, that's a really good card to use against them. Also, if they have the mundane trait, that also deals 3 points of damage. Alright, a bash card here, a bash card there, a bash card everywhere. We could self-discard here, but actually it's probably better to draw a card. There we go. Do we want this? Yes, yes we do. That's a really good card. Yep, a really good card. Marvellous. We only need to deal 4 points of damage now. Or rather, we only need to deal 3 points of damage now. Excellent. Alright, what have we got? The amount of damage we are dealing here is not wonderful. Also, being able to cycle out our bad cards might be useful here. But right now, just a 1 damage card will suffice. Marvellous. What do we have here? Not bad. That's much better, though. We now have the Armor 4 cards that we need. We need other things, though, that are a little better. The Profitable Snowman, don't really want to fight that, but Dishonorable one might be a little better, though. Is this a good fountain? Let's find out. Yes, it is! Marvellous. Let's see how we do now, armed with a rock. We did very well armed with 2 of them. Alright, first you're going to try and get rid of some of my cards, so we're just going to... Unfortunately, you got rid of some of my better cards doing that. You definitely got rid of some of the better cards. Right, let's deal some damage in return, shall we? Okay, if successful, you're going to steal one of my cards, or freeze them, rather. We need to gain some health. We need to last long enough that that doesn't make a difference. And yes, you'll discard one of them, probably that one. No! A slightly worse one. Alright then. You have now sealed your fate, Snowman. It doesn't matter if I can block that damage or not. My damage in return will be cataclysmic. What do we have? Red mail. +1 health. However, ooh, that's pretty good. That, in fact, is very good. We'll do that. There we go. Excellent. We still want to, get more runes. We don't have many runes right now. So we want to, is this the one we want? We want that, and we want that. And we're just going to head up there and get that fountain, which is always good. Need a few more runes. We're not getting many opportunities for them. But a dishonorable snowman we can most certainly fight to get some very nice items. Is there a way to connect up to? No, not yet. Although we could do that, which is not bad, because then we could link up to that one. Alright, have at thee! Even if we lose, we get lots and... I'm seeing a problem with fighting this one, and that is the fact that all of these cards are about to be discarded. All of them. We still, however, get more cards in return, which is still nice. Right, what do we want to do? Really, I think we just want to use this. And avoid the clump. If successful, I don't think that's going to be successful, though. No, not at all. We do need to find a better card instead of the wooden stool, though. The wooden stool is not fantastic. Nothing... The 2 scoops card, I think, is the best one there. Out of all of them, I think that's the best one. Alright. For every damage blocked, well, you aren't going to block any. So you aren't going to steal any of our cards. Right, if successful, which it won't be, we're going to draw yet another card. What do we have? Good card. Definitely keep it. Alright. More of this, I think. We have a very small discard pile right now. Very small. In fact, so small, we pretty much have all the cards we want. Now, if we had a Cerebrate, we could basically have that all the time. Also, that's a bad card. That's a really bad card. And that's also not a great card. Just give me some gold. We want some armor cards, that's what we want. We also want to fight this snowman here. So we'll put a gem there, and we won't fight any of those ice cream elementals. We will just lose. We'll just lose. Ooh, a few more of these. That's nice. In fact, there's loads of them here. Just a small line of runes. Now I can most certainly test just how many of them you need to get to have a limit. If the limit is 4, if the limit is 5, I don't know. We're about to find out, because there's a huge line of them here. We really, however, need some... armor cards. We don't want those cards, though. Those cards are rubbish. We'll keep that, though. And no damage was dealt. However, we can deal some damage in return. You deal 2, I deal 3. If successful, it will not be. I just don't want to take all that damage. I think we'll say goodbye to that card, though. Alright, that will be successful, though. That's really bad. Fortunately, we didn't really need those cards. Oh dear. Well, this is going poorly. That's nice, though. Excellent. We basically healed 1 there. And we're still in trouble. This knowledgeable snowman knows far more about this than we do. Far more! We want to hold on to that healing card, most certainly. Because we are in some serious trouble. Fortunately, we're managing to bruise our way through it. Fortunately, the only card you can discard is a terrible one. And we've managed to level the playing field. And we only have 1 card, so that is a Defend 3. So we might as well use that one. Excellent. It was the only real choice we had. Alright, what have we got? That's a good card, actually. We effectively take no damage and deal 1 in return. What next? Also a good card. We effectively heal 1. That, I think, is a very nice physical defense card. Yes, it is! Aha! I think we've pretty much got this victory assured, and it was looking a little precarious earlier. Excellent. That is a good item. That is a... Ooh, +2 health for losing that. These are all... I think the health's actually better. That health is really, really good. We'll eventually get there. Give us some time, and we shall get to you, Formidable Snowman. Eventually. We're going to find out how many runes is the maximum. Alright. If successful, it will not be, but if it was... Haha! Need a proper, like, defensive item in the, in that, instead of the, stool. Anything, actually. Anything that provides the same armor stat, because, at the moment we have that stupidity card that we really don't want. Restore here is actually quite good. It heals us up and, deals some damage. And now we have Bash. Bash is a nice card, but the Formidable Snowman really doesn't deal that much, of that damage. I think here Rekindle is better. We only need to deal 2 points of damage now. And maybe we want to self-discard. We don't really, but 2 scoops is better than nothing to get rid of. You will not be successful there. Even if you were, you'd only be freezing my Repel card. Oh dear. Well, that's a stupidity card, so we don't want to play that. We want to play this card, whatever it is. It's really not a good card. That's a good card, though. I just hope we can deal 1 point of damage. That is not 1 point of damage. We just need 1 point of damage. We still don't have 1 point of damage, but that's still a really good card against Avalanche. Wow, Avalanche. There is 1 point of damage. In fact, there's 4 points of damage. For when the kill finally came, it was, well, ridiculous. We lose that, no. And we'll just take some gold. So now we have 3 favor. Is 4 the maximum? Who knows? We might be finding out, though. Oh, we're going to be finding out because, wow. I think it's time to try and fight the Formidable Snowman, though, soon. I think it's time to try and fight. Is the maximum 4? It might be 4. It might not be. I think Scoop here is the best card. There we go. If successful, we're going to deal a lot of damage then instead. At least, if anything, we're learning a lot about the kind of cards that they have. Also, that was not a successful yoink. Ooh. Her blocked? Well, you're not going to block anything. We're just going to wait and bide our time. For when we just punch you. Or hit you with a rock in this instance. I think we've pretty much won this one. Aha! Good items. That's not a great item. Neither's that. At all. Or that. I don't think we're doing that well in terms of... We have 4 favor now. Can we get 5? Can we get 5 favor? This is a question I'm going to find out. We could, in theory, just discard, like, 2 cards. Or force him to discard 2 cards. Alright. There we go. Really, we just want to steal it, but we have no ability to steal that card. Her blocked? Well, there's going to be nothing for you to block, Mr. Snowman. I'll keep that one. That's quite nice. But every loss, even if we lose, will ensure that we get that little bit closer to getting a really nice Dungeoneer to deal with this threat. Or who knows? Maybe we'll never beat the Formidable Snowman. I think I've got the right idea by accumulating favor here and getting rid of cards. Okay. I think I'll just, I knew that was going to be discarded, but I think the health was better there. Especially considering the fact that we can now discard this stupidity card that I really don't want. I really want to get rid of this stool here, but so far we have had no opportunity to get rid of it. And we have 1 card. Well, now we have 2 cards. I don't want that one. Like, I really did not want that card. But But I do want this card. That ensures victory. Can we get 5 favor? The answer to this question is... Ooh, we're not getting a very good selection here. Like, ranged, fair enough, but these are just really bad cards. We can get 5, which means in theory we could get 6 as well. Let's go and fight the Formidable Snowman, shall we? This is really not a good selection of equipment to do so. Really not a good selection of equipment. And thus the Snowman made an avalanche that blocked all progress. I really should have put an encounter there. But I did not! And so now we must fight this Snowman. I don't think we're ready for this. I really don't think we're ready for this. Alright, let's see what we can do. We can't do anything with that, so we're just going to deal some damage, I think. There we go. And now we want to place this card with Fear, if it is in the deck or discard. I don't... Yeah, it deals some damage, doesn't it? So we might as well do that. Yeah, it does deal some damage. It's a good thing we blocked that, but that's now 4 next time. That is now 4 damage next time. Mundane is going to help us here. That is 2 healing and 2 damage. Alright. And Mundane is going to help us here too. 3 damage for his 2. We only need to deal 4 points of damage now. We now only need to deal 2 points of damage. Come on, Jaina. You can do this. We need to deal 1 point of damage. 1 point. No thank you. We will be victorious! Actually, we will be victorious! Marvelous! Have at thee, Formidable Snowman! We didn't even need to use our favor there. Marvelous!
I'm not sure if you understand. This used to be a peaceful land. Since your guild come along, everything has gone wrong. And I dread to know now what you've planned.
And thus we are victorious! Excellent! And now we're going to have a look briefly at what the next mission's going to be. It took a while, but wow, we have 319 gold. That's a lot. The next mission is the Lair of the Vegan. Gary the Arch-Vegan is determined to stop us. Take him down. We will try. Next time. For when we come back, folks, many, many Dungeoneers have died fighting that Formidable Snowman. But finally we were victorious. We were victorious. No, were victorious. So I hear that you were completely successful in obliterating the Formidable Snowman, and without using my invention that launched spoons into space. Remember, it didn't actually launch spoons into space. Are you sure? I was going to call it the Ver, so you know. I did hear that be mentioned. It's quite a good name. Don't you think? It's very piratey. How is Ver piratey? Well, avarice? Get it? Get it? Yes, I do get it. I don't want to acknowledge it, but I get it. Yar, indeed! Piratey puns are the best puns. They're so punny. Are they really? They are indeed! It's written so in the Pirate Code. Page 2. But that's very early on. It's right before the dedication. Who's it dedicated to? All swashbuckly, yo-ho, pieces of 8 adventure-y pirates out there. And any chumps that are in your guild. Really? Because it's a very sorry state to be a chump in your guild, so we thought we'd do a little dedication in the 487th edition of the book, and turns out it's been quite a good seller amongst many of your Dungeoneers. There's actually even a tiny section on how to survive in the Guild of Dungeoneering. Oh, really? What page is that? It's page 5. How to survive in the Guild of Dungeoneering. Step 1. Do not join the Guild of Dungeoneering. If you have ignored Step 1, proceed to Step 2. Run away from the Guild of Dungeoneering. If you are already on an adventure for the with the Guild of Dungeoneering, and you have ignored Step 1 and 2, please be advised of Step 3. Abandon all hope. I think it's quite a good guide, don't you think? I think it could do with some work. Like the Ver Mark II? Is the Wehrmacht 2 going to launch spoons into other dimensions? Well, now that you mention, I do not know how pirates can do this. Well, if we put enough gunpowder into a cannon, how many of those cannons have just exploded? Maybe the 47th one won't, matey! At least you're distracted with your inventions and not with going with us to, the place with the ice monks. So I'm going with you next time. You are? Oh, yes, matey, definitely. You couldn't drag me away from adventure. Have you invented something to make yourself warmer? I may be bringing the fireplace with us. You can't bring the fireplace, it'll fall apart. Watch me. I'll invent something that'll let me, matey. And you're not bringing the ship either. What if I told you it could fly? I'd say I couldn't believe it, and wouldn't believe it. And no, firing it out of a cannon does not make it fly. Not permanently, anyway. It doesn't have to permanently fly, it just needs to get there and back in one piece. There, it'll certainly get there in one piece. If it will remain in one piece when it lands, that's another question. Maybe I could use my pirate ship put back together, Mark II. You know, I actually preferred when you were just wanting pirates everywhere. Arr, but there has to be adventuring and engineering put together. That's the piratey way. Yar. And so, when we come back, folks, we'll go to the final section of this one. The formidable snowman indeed was formidable, but not formidable enough. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.